so happy to finally have some beans hanging down from this trellis. It's so satisfying. I've been waiting for this moment for a while. And here it looks like my zinnia is about to open. I'm excited. So my rough looking bush beans are still looking rough. The marigold to the entrance looks a little battered from the rain, but it's also doing really good. Here I have a Thai double blue butterfly pea, and it hasn't put up any flowers, but it's looking hella cute after the rain, isn't she? We have my Turkish orange eggplant, arroz con pollo pepper, the little rosa bianca eggplant that is still hanging on for her dear life, dark opal basil, and a red noodle bean that is starting to take off. I planted some more noodle beans just because the moment that I saw my noodle beans hanging down from the trellis, I needed more in my life. So I planted more. Looking great. They're very, very pretty. Here's a closer shot of my hanging noodle beans. I love beans so much. Here's my opalka that hasn't really produced anything. It has suffered from blossom and rot quite a bit. It dropped almost all of its tomatoes. I'm really hoping that it pulls through, because look, this is the little truss that lost all of its tomatoes. This little zucchini is looking a lot better. I can see a little bad zucchini down there that I have to pull off, but the leaves are looking a lot healthier. Here's my little purple rutabaga, and here's the Mammoth Sunflower. I had to pull a couple of leaves off because they were turning brown. Oh, it's ridiculously high. I think from where it's growing up, it's at least 6 feet tall. And here's what was happening to my leaves. If anyone knows why this is happening or how I can fix it, please tell me down in the comments. Here I have a Turkish orange eggplant that is already producing some lovely fruit. It's a striking looking fruit. Those are gonna turn orange and be round and small like a tangerine. My calendulas are looking a little beaten by the rain. Here's my Clemson Spineless okra. It already has a little pot right there. My pineapple tomatillo is looking a little yellowy. I think I'm gonna have to go in with some fish emulsion. The shiso I just pruned the other day. That's why it looks a little sad, but it's growing really well. Our black velvet nasturtium is looking bushy and beautiful. This is some salsifi that I have here, a baby okra. Here we have the crazy Keuka melon. It's almost as tall as me now, and it's already producing some tiny cukes. Here I have the little potato cucumber. I'm sure this should be bigger. I think they're just small because I put them in a small pot. They're growing in a 3-gallon pot, I think. And think it's enough for them. I've seen people harvest them being triple that size. And here, this is how the other cucuzzi is doing. I planted a cucuzzi squash in another one of my trellises, and I put it in a tiny pot, in a 3-gallon pot as well. But it started doing so well that I had to transplant one of its little brothers into a 5-gallon bucket to give it a better chance. And here we have some red garnet amaranth, red spike amaranth. This is a red leaf amaranth, and there is my love lies bleeding amaranth. My kale is looking pretty rough. It's really pest ridden. There's been a lot of bugs and other pests. This is something to expect in your garden when you're growing organic. Like, I haven't even really sprayed on organic pesticides on these, so they look a little bit rough, but I don't think they're throwing the towel. Over there next to the amaranth, I have some holy basil. Here is my emerald evergreen. Looking good, looking healthy. Here we have the Weeping Charlie, which hasn't started to turn, but it's making some really beautiful tomatoes. And over here, I have the round smooth purple, I believe it. That's what it was labeled at. And it's already starting to turn. It's very uniformly round, but they didn't really think too hard about that name, did they? Whoever named that tomato. This is the yellow cherry, starting to turn colors. Nice cherry size. And here's the Nepal. This one isn't really turning or anything yet, but it has some beautiful tomatoes on it. That's enough to be featured on my video. Over here we have the ever so prolific Test Landrace Currant, and these I just grab them while I'm roaming in the garden, tying up tomatoes, taking care of things, and these are my little snacks for the garden. These were the first to ripen in my garden, so now they hold a special place in my heart. This is my Mary Washington asparagus, and it has a baby little asparagus right there. I think it's doing good. It's gonna be a couple of years before we can harvest anything off of that, but it's exciting to already have it being established. This is a butterfly milkweed, but the swamp milkweed that was transplanted at the same time is clearly doing a lot better. Oh yes, my flower patch in the log is looking great. This one is covered in tiny blossoms. Flowers, and I just recently found out that they're edible, so what could be better than that? And I'm not sure if this is a McKenna or a Salpiglosis. Here I have a violet aster that's about ready to show us its true colors. My blue pansy hasn't flowered yet. This is another Johnny Jump Up viola, but it was in a harsher environment. I had left it in its spot for too long, but it looks like it's coming back. Here, all of these are my straw flowers. These are some zinnias. That is a dandelion. And over here I have some Thai double blue butterfly peas. Can't wait to have this flower patch full of flowers. And over here I have my San Marzano. Fortunately, it hasn't dropped any more fruit, but it's starting to look a little spotty, so I'm not sure if I could just move that or if I should tear it out to keep it from getting any of my other plants sick. I don't even know if this is just some sort of nutrient deficiency, or maybe it's septorial leaf spot. I'm just learning, you guys. I'm just learning with you here. And here I have the Sarah Black. And most of these are already ripe. This plant looks really stocky because it was topped off and it hasn't made any suckers that I can leave for it to be producing anymore. So we're just waiting on that, keeping our fingers crossed and waiting for some delicious tomatoes. Here I have my black pineapple tomatoes. The reviews on these tomatoes that I found said that it was a very hard tomato to grow and keep, and this person only got one fruit off of a plant, but that one fruit was enough with its delicious flavor and striking looks to make that person keep growing it for the rest of their lives. So I'm really excited to taste this tomato. And here is the marigold patch. Here we have my bush beans that are not looking terrible, and that fills me with joy. My little Keuka melon tower with some beautiful cukes on it. My scarlet kale that I'm really surprised that this isn't flowering or anything, because the days have been so hot that some tomatoes have even started to drop their blossoms from the heat. But this kale is just keeping on trucking. Ooh, I found a not so little okra. Honestly, I just twisted this off, but it's not something that I really recommend when you're harvesting okra. Some beautiful punakira cucumbers. I think we're gonna have to go grab the little harvest basket. Okay, so let's see what we can find for our little basket. And I see some victims. Sure that these are ready. Pretty colorful though. Maybe we'll try one. And here we have this one. This one. Here we have another. And some low-hanging babies. This feels ripe. They're probably going to be a little less concentrated in flavor because it's been raining. That is the Chernobyl tomato. Black Prince tomatoes that look just about ready. Oh yeah. This one has a little appendage protruding from the top. heavy cracking. That is some heavy cracking, little baby. This is the Azoichka. This beautiful baby. This might spend a day or two in the counter, finishing ripening, but I don't want it to crack anymore, so I'm harvesting it now. Let's see. Gonna have to make some space for the cubes. This is the beautiful Punakira cucumber. Scooch. Scooch, little maters. We're taking this one as well. Oh, there. This could have maybe stood another day there, but cucumbers grow like crazy. So I'd rather be safe. This is the little potato cucumber. No! It fell right into the basket. It fell right into the basket. This little food forest. These are my favorite beans. These are dragon tongue bush beans, and they're the most delicious bean I have ever tasted. I think these could stand there for a couple more days, so I'm just gonna pick this one and leave the rest. And we may have something here. I just harvested from this bush the other day. These beans have really been prolific. This orange Rossellini was topped off as well, but this one is making a comeback. So we expect to have more orange Rossellini in the season. They are a little orange, I guess, if you compare them to a really red tomato, but they're mostly orange on the inside. We have some lovely chocolate stripes. This one has some heavy cracking, so it's a good moment to harvest this. It also looks ready. I think I'm gonna need the pruners for it is. Now it's a good thing that I harvested this right now, because this is what the rain has been doing. I don't know if you can see that. That's some heavy cracking. That is done in basket. We're not even done. And this is my Aunt Molly's ground cherry. Sometimes I'm a little impatient, waiting for them to fully mature. Like these are a little green, but this one is just right. It just fell off the ground. And that's the way you harvest your ground cherries, from the ground. That's why they're named like that. Some Sarah Blacks. Oh, this is heavy cracking. This may not be good for eating anymore, but I'm gonna see if I can just chop the bad parts off. I don't even know where to put them anymore. And this one. You really don't want to come off there, do you? Left its little hat. Ooh, I love tomatoes. Oh my goodness, even when this is a tiny smiling cyclops. I love tomatoes even when they're ugly. Here, let's make some room for this Sarah Black. Some beautiful noodle beans. Whoop. These are long. And we have one little loner blue lake pearl bean. I'm wearing my sweatshirt because I'm a pansy, and because it's been rainy, so the morning is a little chilly. Check out that basket full of food.